Many people have experienced a job loss or decline in their investments in the past year. We think we've found a pretty good way to be recession-proof kids. These ideas work just as well for adults too. I'm Mariah, man.
And I'm Carlin, man.
And we would like to share with you some information about how to start your own business.
Throughout our presentation, we'll be using examples from the business that we started in 2008, Man's Best Friends. We started our business because we have always loved dogs. My sisters and I started our business 4 years ago, the same year we began homeschooling. We started out by handing out flyers to every neighbor in our neighborhood that owned a dog. This generated a lot of interest, and we soon had our first client. We now have 5 families that rely on us to exercise their dogs daily, no matter what the weather conditions are. The 5 easy steps to start your own business include:
find something that you are interested in,
find out if there is a demand,
narrow your interest into one marketable service,
advertise,
and go to work. Step number 1. Find something that you are interested in. You will want to think of an activity, hobby, or passion that you really enjoy. When I count to 3, I would like everyone to say what they like doing most out loud. 1, 2, 3. Okay. That was a lot of ideas. So I heard someone say crafting was their favorite hobby, so we're going to use that as an example throughout our presentation to help you brainstorm ideas for your own hobby. So, I'm going to tell you how our business began. Carlin and I and our other co-owner, Reagan, started our business in 2008 because we love dogs and being outside, so that made daily dog walking a practical choice. And none of us have a driver's license, so it was good that we could find something that we could do in our neighborhood.
Step number 2, find out if there is demand. There are 2 things that you'll want to think about. The first thing is, would anyone be willing to pay money for your service or product? And the second thing is to look for trends. One big trend that we see happening right now is that many people value their pets as if they're members of the family. And because of this, it made daily dog walking a very good choice for us. Step
number 3, narrow your interest into one marketable service. You want to decide which ideas could be profitable. And you will also want to check with your local city code, because some ideas that you might think of are not legal. So, if you are a crafter, you will want to think of a particular craft that would be especially decorative or useful, and you will want to find crafting supplies that are cheap so that you can make a profit out of it.
Step number 4, advertise. When we began advertising for Man's Best Friends, we used social media like Facebook, word of mouth by telling all of our neighbors and family and friends, and we also used neighborhood flyers and gave them to everyone who owned a dog. Fortunately for us, we didn't have to do any additional advertising, but if you were trying to get a really big business started, some other ideas might include, maybe you would have a banner or a float in a parade, or you can also hand out business cards at the farmer's market, and you can always post things up on community bulletin boards. If you want to see if people, for the crafters, if you want to see if people like your craft, you can give your crafts away as gifts to find out if people really like them. Step number 5.
Go to work. Be responsible and reliable. communicate with your clients through phone calls, emails, and letters to let them know how things are going. You will also want to keep good records. On this slide of our PowerPoint, you can see a picture of my sisters and I depositing money in our joint bank account.
Now you know the 5 easy steps to starting your own business.
Find something that you are interested in.
Find out if there is a demand.
Narrow your interest into one marketable service.
Advertise.
And go to work. Look, Harlan, the leash came in the mail today that we ordered. I'm really glad that we could pay for it with our own money. I like it.
I really like it too. We better get going. I think it's time for us to go and walk dogs.
And we would like to let you know that our co-owner and sister of our business will be handing out informational sheets. So if you want one, please raise your hand so that she can see you and we'll get one to you.
Our resources. All of the photos were taken by members of our family and all of the ideas were original.
Are there any questions?
Yes, you said that you deposited your money in a joint account. Now, I have a concern about this. What if you decide you want money from your joint account and your sisters don't? How's that going to work?
The question was, how are we going to split up the money from our account? And I think our future hope is that someday when we're all old enough, we will have a very large dog sitting and walking business. So we're saving up a lot of money for that. And we've been talking about putting some of the money in stocks so that it can multiply while we're not using it.
So you're not allowing yourselves to draw on it at this point?
Yeah, the question was we're not taking money out yet. And unless if there's something that our business needs, we're going to keep it in there so that it can add up.
We all have our own bank accounts, so if we need to use any money for something that we want to buy, then we can use the money from our own bank accounts. Yes?
Would you ever expand it to taking care of different animals other than dogs?
The question was, will we ever expand into taking other animals than dogs? And for pet sitting, right now at our house we have a rabbit and a dog. We have taken care of cats before, and we have experience with different species of animals. So.
And we watched a guinea pig.
Yes. Yes.
The question was, do we ever watch animals overnight? And yes, we do.
We have about 20 to 30 dog sitting clients. When they leave to go out of town, they will often call us to ask if we are available.
So you go to their home or you bring the dogs to your home?
The question was, do we go to the dogs' homes or do they come to us? And we've done both. Most of the clients will come to our house. We think it's better than having them go to a kennel and having to kind of suffer through that. Are there any other questions?